Hello and welcome to Mr. Bird's class. I'm excited that you are going to be in my classroom this year. I look forward to all the new things that I have in mind for us to do this year. I've got some new activities, some new tricks, the trade that I'm going to be trying to do this year. I'm also going to stay with some things that have worked. So this is going to be an exciting year. Now there have been some changes that have taken place. I want to take a second to talk to you about those changes. First of all, this year I've been asked to teach English and language arts. Now, this is going to be about an hour and a half long class, and this is going to be our main focus this year in English and language arts. We've got to bring our scores up, and so I plan on doing that. Social studies, it'll stay about the same as I've always done with 5th grade in the past, but there'll be a few changes in there. We're going to do some activities where we bring in English language arts and tie it in with social studies. Sometimes it's going to be hard to tell the difference between social studies and English language arts because we'll learn the skills here and then practice those skills in social studies. Also this year I'm going to be just teaching 5th grade. That's my main focus this year. I'm excited about this. We also have another change. We have a new math and science teacher. You'll be meeting that teacher in the next few days. You'll get to know Mr. Powers and learn about him and get to learn some new things from math and science. Also this year, this is really big. Tennessee is switching over to Common Core. Now this is a term that has been in the news a lot lately. The last few years it's kind of been coming. Next year it'll be 100% Common Core, but this year we're going to be transitioning towards this. Now Common Core brings some changes with it also. In the classroom we're going to be doing a lot more group work. We are going to be in English language arts. We're going to be working together in groups. We're going to be doing a lot of ability grouping things where I take different groups and I put you in different situations and we're going to really learn how to communicate and work together. I'll be explaining more about that later. Common Core is this summer I've gone through a couple of days of training on this. It's going to be very, very rigorous. That's the new term that's going to be used this year about the kind of work that we do. Rigor means that your assignments, all the activities that we do in the classroom, they're going to be a little bit tougher. My goal this year is to push our students, each and every one of them, regardless of the ability level that you're on. I want to push you to be your absolute best. And I want to see my students grow this year to be the best. My theme this year is we can do this. This is going to be tough. Common Core is going to be tough. There's a lot of new things involved in this. It's going to be tough for me as a teacher. I've got a lot of work that I have to do this year. But for our students and for myself, we're going to work together and learn how to go through Common Core together. Okay. Now, I'm going to keep some things the same. Just like last year, if you were a student here, I introduced Edmodo to you. This year, we're going to be using Edmodo quite a bit. I'm going to make some changes to it. I'm really going to be monitoring how we use Edmodo. So parents, you're going to have to help me out on this. I want you each night with your student to sit down with Edmodo. And if I have a video that I want you to watch, please watch that with your student. I may have some quizzes on there for you to do, so you'll need to log into Edmodo. I'm going to really try to work in the classroom this year to cut down on how much homework we do outside of class and how much paper we use. I want to try to go digital as much as we possibly can. Study Island. I'm going to be using Study Island quite a bit too. Study Island really does a good job in social studies of helping me to see if you've learned the content and you've mastered the content like I want you to do. I'm also going to be flipping the classroom. Now in social studies I've kind of already done this for you. You guys are kind of familiar with this term, flipped classroom. If you're not, go to Google and check that out, flipped classroom. And it's kind of a new way of teaching that's really exciting. I'm going to provide a letter with you sometime in the next few days where you can read more about the flipped classroom. And if you have questions, you can contact me. Okay. Next up, I have class rules. Now, I have a question mark here. Now, in the past, I've had a list of 5 rules that I've always used. And these rules have been my rules for my classroom. Well, as we begin to make changes this year, I want you, the students, to develop the classroom rules that we're going to go by. Okay? And I've got an activity in the next day or so, either the first day or second day, that we're going to work on together where you and I develop the classroom rules. And these are going to be rules that we agree to go by. And parents, you'll get a copy of those as well. Okay, lastly, if you need to contact me this year, the best way to do it is by email. First of all, my email is bird, B-I-R-D-J, at loudouncounty.org. If you need to call me at school, my number is 856-3028. That's the school number. You can also contact me on Edmodo. Your student can tell you how that works. It's kind of like Facebook, but you'll see in the letter about Edmodo. You can contact me by Edmodo. Also, really important this year, our administration has asked us to use the agenda, okay, or planners, some people call those. I'm going to expect students every single day to write down what we did in class. If it's just a matter of we read a couple of pages of a story, then I want you to write that down. You should never come home at night and parents, you ask your students, well, what did you do in class? They should never answer you, we didn't do anything. That's not true. We're going to be doing something every single day in class. So please make sure you check those. If you have a question about an assignment or something like that, write me a note in the agenda or the planner, and make sure your child shows that to me, and I'll check it every night. And that's a pretty good way for us to communicate. The best way, I check this quite a bit, is by email. That's the best way to get me. Okay? I hope that you have a great day. I'm looking forward again to this year being an exciting year. All the new things that are coming, new administration that we have. We've got a new school coming too. I'm excited about that. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me. Contact me by the method mentioned here. And throughout the year, if you have any questions, I'm always here for you. Have a great day. Thank you.